Paul. Welcome back to my channel, Regular Paladin. Today I'm gonna do a movie review of the film The Foreigner. I wanted to do this like a week ago, which the film also came I think 1.5 weeks ago, and I wanted to do the review last week, but Diwali came around and it was a lot of noises around here. I couldn't record not even for like a 10 minutes or 5 minutes breaks. It was so noisy. I tried to do so, but sorry, I couldn't do it. But this week I'm gonna bring you guys the film. My man Jackie Chan is in the film. He kind of showcased age is not a restriction for you. So he kind of showcased that in the film, not just with his actions, also with his emotions, how he acted, and it's just something that you always know with some people, like they have art in them that's not gonna go away anytime soon. However different that you may try it, it's just gonna stay there with them. And Jackie Chan is the best example for that. This film rocked, and not to a point where it's like 10 out of 10. I'm just saying it out loud before the reviews, the ratings come in at the end. But it was still a lot of fun watching this film. So kudos to the director for that. So first things first, let's just talk about the story and how it all starts and stuff like that. The story. The story is about how a Vietnamese, kind of like a soldier from there, lives with his family, has 3 daughters, and he comes to Britain, and his daughter dies in a bombing. That's just the start of the film. Now it's like kind of like Taken, where he lost his daughter. In Taken it's like temporary, but it's permanent, but the emotions are the same. The father who thinks that his daughter is lost, and they do anything, I mean anything, to make justice, to find peace and stuff like that. So Jackie Chan is no exception. He will be like, you know what, I'm gonna know the names of the guys who did this bombing, and I'm gonna bring them to justice. It does not matter if it's my own justice or if it's the justice of the laws. So what he would do is like he kind of like harass certain people for the names, and then they will be pointing out towards one main guy. And I thought this film would be like action packed, and that's kind of like a good twist to the film. I thought the story would be like progressive in a straight linear path, where Jackie Chan sees his daughter die in front of him, and he will make the villain die in front of him at the end of the story. Now that's a bad cliche right now, because anyone has done this kind of films. So that's kind of like they kind of took that cliche out of the way and then brought in the good cliche, where this is what's going to happen. At the end of the thing, like Jackie Chan will move past all of this. He will move on from his life because he got justice for everyone and stuff like that. But to get there, they would have taken a lot of twist and turn, which I kind of liked, because it's not just everyone is like, man, Jackie Chan's is the main part that I watched the film. I want to see more action. But that was not the case in the story. The story didn't demand that much action. That's the point. If the story demanded it and they kind of like turned down Jackie Chan's role because he's older, it would have made sense, because people would have been pissed. If that was the case, no problem. But as a movie watcher who has been seeing a lot of movies, I didn't see the need for an action sequence there. So people can't just, the director can't, I'm just going to take this action sequence and I'm going to shove it down people's throat. If he had done that, it would have been boring as hell. He didn't do that. He's like, there's going to be like 3 or 4 action sequences. That's it. But that will give you guys enough kick for you to know. So this is not just a revenge film, and I'm not going to spoil you too much for things, but Jackie Chan would be pissed and he would get the justice. But there would also be a corruption sequences. There would also be like a terrorism thing going on, and the guy who we thought was not like he didn't do it. He's the kind of like leader and stuff like that, but he would have done it in the end. But to get there would have been like a lot of twists and turns, which would make the movie more spicier than it already is. So that's great. So kudos to the director again for that. Next is the characters of the film. Now, Nhạc Minh Quan, sorry if I butchered that name. He would be Jackie Chan. Obviously, he would be a Vietnam War, kind of like a special force guy. So he would be the one who would have a family, and he would lose the family and stuff like that. Now, the next is Liam, who would be Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, there's Pierce Brosnan in the film. Get excited. Now his character would not. He's also old. If you guys don't know about it, he was in a prime of his age when he acted GoldenEye. That was in 1995. Okay, so he has grown older. So don't get shocked when you watch the film. And Jackie Chan is also older, so the action sequences between them would have been turned into an emotional encounter rather than a physical one. Now, they both would not have disappointed you. That's the point. Like everyone thought, because of no actions or not enough actions, people thought, oh my god, this is just a film. But no, it was not. It had a lot more punch with just the emotional acting, and the sequences between Liam and just Jackie Chan, I'm just going to call him, between them would be so amazing. So it will be like, there's no action, but it's good. And there would also be like sidekicks for Mr. Pierce Brosnan, because he's the main boss, and there's like mini bosses here and there for Jackie Chan to fight, and he would fight really well. There would also be like the major thing that I want to talk about is, like, I'll talk about it in the next thing. The cast and crew. Well, the cast and crew comes on. That's where I want to talk about Jackie Chan's action sequences. It's not just all about kung fu, fighting. It's just not like, stuff like that. I thought that was going to be the case, but it had a lot more in-depth fighting sequences. Jackie Chan didn't care about using guns. He would see him not use that much guns. Okay, the police story, maybe Russia was, fun things. So it was not like intentive purposes for using a gun. But this time around, Jackie Chan is like, you know what? Screw this, I'm going to use a gun. It's just, he just thrashes people. He's like, he gets into the character really easily. Okay, that's what he's all about, My daughter is dead because of all you people. I'm not gonna shy away. I'm not gonna just knock you out. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And that's a good thing. Cast and crew, first of all, Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan. That's it. The director is Martin Campbell. So if you don't know who Martin Campbell is, he's the guy who has directed 2 of the Bond films. I think one was Private Eye. Sorry, The Golden Eye, I think. So Pierce Brosnan, so they kind of got together at that film, so they are good friends. And he also directed Casino Royale, if I'm not wrong. He also directed Green Lantern, so we just gonna let that slide away. Just forget about that. Just forget I ever said that. So this film, he kind of took initiative of things, and you could see the behind the scenes thing where he would be talking to Jackie Chan, and Jackie Chan would be giving him stunt advices and stuff like that. So that was actually really cool. So actually, he kind of took the initiative. These 2 are big actors, so he kind of came in and then it's like, you know what, this is your role, and he just went back. They acted it out. He shot that. Film is good. The next is reception critics. Now, this film is mixed kind of like reviews. People have said the film is great. People have said the film is not great just because they didn't see more of Jackie Chan and stuff like that. But I would not agree with them. To me, this film was great in the fact that they kind of showcase the emotional aspects of Jackie Chan. We have never seen that before. We have seen it in a twice or thrice film, but in this film, it's like it just went in depth with kind of like emotions as well as in the action sequences, as I said before. So I would say it's worth a while. It's worth a watch. 1 time, 2 time. If you're a Jackie Chan fan, it's definitely a great time to watch this film. Rush Hour 4 has been officially announced as well, so that's coming, I think 3 years maybe. So just go and watch this film. It's a fun time. It's just, if you have time to burn, why not watch the film, right? The next thing is personal opinion. Well, my personal opinion is this film is just sold on the basis of Jackie Chan's acting. Now, not because of his stunts, not because of his fighting skills, just purely his ability to control a sequence of, a film. No, it's just like, it doesn't have to be a fighting sequence, as I said. It just have to be like a one-on-one scene. I want this to happen, I want that to happen. He just controls. He has the screen presence. That's the main word I'm using for. You don't see it with many people. Like the best of the best I've seen is Sir Anthony Hopkins, James Spader, and no one else. and Ellen Pompeo maybe in Grey's Anatomy. That's it. The 3 or 4. That's main thing. That's the amount of actors that I've seen that has that kind of a screen presence. No one else. And this film, Jackie Chan comes in. He's like, "Bitch, I'm showcasing my screen presence." He will steal the show. And Pierce Brosnan has also done a great job. He will also be competing for the screen presence, and he did a great job in his role. A villain who doesn't know the effects of his villainism. So he's not clearly a Joker type of thing. He does things for chaos. He doesn't even know that his kind of like villainism created this much chaos. So when people come to him like, what, this has happened, he's like taking a step back. He's like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. So he's not like all-in villain, but at the same time he's evil. So don't get me wrong. And to kind of like take that role and act it out, kudos. So my personal opinion is I would give it 9 out of 10. My personal opinion. Again, it's not a reviewer talking. It's just me as a fan of Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan and Martin Campbell. 9 out of 10. Enjoy it. Watch the film. Have awesome fun. Now the rating. Now the reviewer in me is talking. The story was good, but not to a point where I'm like, okay, this is so much interesting. The film is short. It's just 114 minutes, and why it's short is like you might be thinking, oh my god, it's not short, dude. Well, I've seen films that is like 180 minutes, 190 minutes in India. So for me, it's really, really short. And that's not a thing that I'm calculating this film about. The film is all about like too much like kind of like twists and turns. But some of them are predictable. You can just like, oh, that's a thing happening. And there was darkness in the film, but not the right amount. It's like too much darkness or not too much enough darkness. So it's just, the proportion is not right. The acting is the only thing that kind of made me hooked to the show and nothing else. So that when that happens, you have something that is trouble. So you need to have a film that's like, if you take Pierce Brosnan away, if you take Jackie Chan away, it should be highly successful on its own. And this film is not that kind of a film. So that was a little bit let down for me. I thought that was the case. So I would give this film 7 out of 10. The 9 out of 10 was a fan. Don't listen to him. But I would suggest you watching the film for at least one time and judging this film on your own. This film is kind of like an emotional story where a hero struggles with his emotions, and he also needs to get rid of the corrupted people rather than fighting them. Action-packed thing. It's just kind of like you think that's going to be the case, and then they're just going to turn it around 360-degree towards corruption. You know what? You're going to be like, Jackie Chan is going to go for a fight, and then you're like, stop. That's not the case. There's a corruption there. You're going to take care of that. Oh, okay. It's like, so, and an all-in-out Jackie Chan. Guns, grenades, blowing up things. He's went all in for this film. Crazy. And I'll just let you watch the film and decide for yourself. So definitely for me, this is the kind of like a different Jackie Chan that I'm seeing. And in Rush Hour 4, maybe we might see the same Jackie Chan, which is also a good thing, not a bad thing, obviously. And 7 out of 10. And as a fan, 9 out of 10. And as a critic, 7 out of 10. And maybe 8 out of 10, just, just kind of like getting both hands together and say 8 out of 10 for both of them. And you can really give this movie a chance. That's all I'm saying. Hit that like button, share the video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel for regular movies, TV shows, reviews, reactions and stuff. And if you like this video, why not check out the previous one? Also check out the entire playlist with the popcorn. Why not? Subscribe to the channel and also subscribe to the gaming channel where I do a lot of fun stuff as well. So, bye.